So guys, welcome back to another video. This is a very big one and one that you definitely need to watch, so stay tuned. So guys, if you saw the title of this video, why I decided to drop out of college, you probably already know what this is about. I want to get more into why exactly I decided to and the events that led up to me dropping out. So if any of you guys know me personally, you'll know that I had a great experience with college my first year, but that I have dropped out, and in turn it has helped me to scale my business a lot. So guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Luke Nichols. I'm the CEO of Vitalis Media. You see the sign behind me. We work with e-commerce and info product businesses, and we scale them to 7 and 8 figures and beyond. So I want to start from the very beginning of where exactly the events of the last year have led me, which is the reason I am where I am today. So I came to Wright State University, which is near Dayton, Ohio. I came to Wright State last fall in August. So I moved in, I didn't have any money at all, and I got internet for the first time. So growing up, I was really poor, did not have internet. We couldn't even get internet because of where I lived out in the country. I'm from the middle of fucking nowhere. So coming to college, having my own dorm, internet, it was a new experience and it was great. Going to class started to really get old. I was skipping class to just go all in on learning, right? So I was literally skipping class to do my own learning on my laptop because I had internet for the first time. So I was learning how to day trade, I was learning drop shipping, e-commerce, marketing, Facebook ads. I'm learning all of these different things, and I was skipping class to learn things that I was passionate about. School was not teaching me anything. Honestly, it was a waste of time. I would go sit in class in lecture halls and listen to professors talk about things that they had never done personally themselves and that weren't even relevant to what my major was, which was marketing and business. And I sat and listened to this and literally didn't learn a single thing. So I did finish my, I guess you would say, my first semester. I thought with a passing GPA, so I got a 2.0 GPA, flat 2.0 my first semester of college. So a little bit towards the end of first semester, once winter started coming, I started getting really heavy into trading options. So if you guys know me personally or you follow my Instagram, you know that I got really big into trading options and stocks. And I was actually able to grow the small amount of money I had into a couple grand. And I actually bought this camera that I'm recording this on from a good day on the stock market. I made $1,500 profit in 10 minutes before I went to one of my classes, and I bought this camera. But day trading I knew wasn't a long-term play. There was a little bit of luck involved because I wasn't too good at it. So I knew I had to do something to get out of college. I wasn't happy. The last semester was really depressing. It was cold. There was no parties. I didn't really have my friends that I had when I first moved in because I had secluded myself a little bit to just go all in on learning. I didn't know how or what business, but I knew that I was going to leave college and do my own thing, and I have. And how I did that, so second semester of college started, I had been at home for a month, no internet again. I was in a really bad place mentally. I was depressed, had no money. My meal plan had actually ran out the second semester of college as well. So I didn't have food. And no money, no job. I didn't have a car. Actually, I came back to college with a car, and then it blew up literally like as soon as I got up here. But that's another story. Anyways, so I got Ime Ngozi's course for free, actually, from somebody on Instagram. They were a course reseller, and they just happened to give me the course. I had learned Facebook ads previously because I had done drop shipping. So I knew a little bit about how the marketing agency business worked, but I didn't really know the ins and outs that are vital and the small details that are really vital to growing a business. So I got the course for free. I went home over winter break, watched the course in what should take you about a couple weeks. I watched it all in like 2 days. Immediately after watching the course, I started cold calling realtors, dentist's office, chiropractors, literally any business that anyone told me I could get as a client, I started calling them. So I wasn't even good at sales at this point, and I'm calling people, cold calling people, because I had just learned about this new business that I can start with no money. Keep in mind, I was really poor, I had no money, and I didn't know how I was going to get to where I'm going, but I just knew that I would. And guys, that belief and having that belief in yourself and what you believe in is key. But anyway, so I cold called, actually got a meeting with a real estate agent set up from a cold call, right? So I'm in Southern Ohio, 2 hours away from college. It's winter break. I'm not even allowed to come back to my dorm yet, so I don't have internet. So the only thing I had was my cell phone. So I was doing the best that I could. I got a meeting with a realtor set for whenever I came back to school. So we come back to school and I go meet this realtor. I closed them on what we agreed upon was $1,500 a month. So I had no prior sales knowledge, no knowledge at all. Go into a meeting with this 40-year-old guy and I closed him. So me being a little bit naive, I didn't even have contracts in place. I didn't really know what I was doing yet. I was just trying to do and take action. So I ended up not getting paid, and yeah, that was rough. So I ran ads for him, used him as a free case study, did not end up getting paid because he was a new realtor. So I actually did pretty good service-wise. But from that experience, I decided I didn't want to deal with real estate agents anymore. From that experience, I decided that I did not want to deal with real estate agents anymore. Honestly, they're assholes. Not all real estate agents, but a lot of them were, and I just didn't enjoy what I was doing. So from there, I tried to go into dentists. Tried to get a bunch of dentists as clients and to deliver Facebook ads for them because I had heard you could charge multi-$1,000s per month and just bring them a couple patients and they're happy. I cold called, I emailed, I dropped off letters, I dropped off donuts to the receptionist ladies. I didn't get a single fucking dentist to call me or even see me or set up an appointment. So at this point, second semester is rapidly approaching an end, right? There's only like a month left before we are expected to go back home. I can't go back home because I have no internet. I have no car even at this point. Like if I go home, I am screwed. Like I cannot, no matter what, I decided I was not going to go home. So this was a very, very tough time. One of the hardest times aside from my childhood that I've ever had was just the month of, so it would have been April, right? So I signed a lease on this apartment that I'm currently in. It's actually super nice. I love it. You guys saw it on the earlier video. But I signed this lease, which is a little bit crazy, but I signed the lease without even having a job or means to pay for it. I don't know how I got around it, the credit, whatever. They didn't even check or ask if I had income. But I signed the lease regardless. So I was planning on moving into this apartment May 1st. So it's like April 15th, I think. I have completely quit school. I quit going to class. I quit trying. I knew I was going to fail all of my classes because I had to make money to pay for this apartment. I couldn't go home. It was literally all or nothing. I put my back against the wall and bet every single dollar. I bet my future on myself being able to make this happen. So I have about 15 days until I have to pay rent and move in from my dorm into the apartment. I managed to get a job on Upwork with some real estate guy and ended up doing a good job on the job. But anyway, I did a good job and I ended up getting paid $500, which was great. I think I had like $100 to my name, and then I just got $500. Rent was $570, and remember this number because this is important down the line. So I'm still busting my ass. I'm doing like everything I can, cold calling, emailing, everything. And I finally get to May 1st. I come to the apartment complex to move in, and they tell me the apartment's not ready. I have like 2 car loads with my blown up car, which I stuffed full of stuff. I had a friend help me, and I have all this stuff. I'm 2 hours away from home, can't go home. I couldn't even make the trips. It would have taken forever. But they tell me the apartment's not ready, and I'm just freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do inside my head. So then the manager at the apartment complex tells me that they have a unit ready, but it's not ready. It's water damaged. So I said, okay, let's just go look at it. Like, it's fine. I'll try to see what I can do. We can maybe make it work. So keep in mind, I only have $570. When I got here, they told me that my payment due was $670 because of move-in fees. I didn't have money for damn move-in fees. So we get to this apartment, and it's fine now. Everything's super nice. But the ceiling had caved in the week before because someone upstairs had flooded their bathroom somehow, and the water had dripped down, damaged the apartment. So there's tools everywhere, there's drywall everywhere. So I walk in, and my mind, being a business guy, I'm trying to get any sort of advantage that I can, right? So I'm trying to make these points like, oh, this damage is terrible, the apartment is filthy. I'm really trying to negotiate in a sense, right? So she asks me if I can make it work, and me, obviously, I have to make it work, but trying to sell a little bit and negotiate, I said if she waives all of my move-in fees and I just pay rent, that I will move in and clean the place myself, no complaints. She said yes, and I managed to move in on my very last freaking dollar on May 1st into this apartment. So guys, I'm relieved. It's May 1st. I moved in. I have my own place for the first time. I'm only 19, and this is crazy because coming from what I come from, and where I've come from, this is just surreal to me, right? The apartment where I live, having the internet, being in town, it's crazy. But it wasn't over yet. So all of May, I literally ate barely anything. I had no money at all. And I don't have a job. I don't have a car to go get a job. I can't get around. I'm literally all or nothing, and I pay rent or I'm homeless. So I'm busting my ass from 6 a.m., sometimes 5 a.m., until 12 every night for 20 days. From May 1st until May 20th, I am literally just grinding, working, trying to get some jobs, deals, something going on, right? I have to make freaking money. So May 20th comes around. I had been sending out video audits. So on some of my previous videos, I think you see where instead of cold calling people, I'll make an audit recording myself speaking like I am now, breaking down someone's website and their ads and their marketing, right, to give them some value so that I can then close with them. Well, I sent a audit to spoolspeed.com. If you guys know me, I can't say that again. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I've done a lot of work with them. I was very proud to have them as a client. Scott, I'm going to send you this video. Scott Ballou, the owner and CEO of spoolspeed.com, literally saved my life. I was to the point where if I went home, I don't know what could have happened. Not to sound dramatic or anything, but there's no way I could go back to what I came from. And I was going to do anything I had to make this happen. So Scott calls me. I had made him an audit telling him his website sucked, basically. So I get a phone call, and it's from North Carolina, and the dude's like, hey, so you think my website sucks? And I was like, ah, fuck. I didn't remember. I was like, what did I do now? So anyway, we have a phone call. He asks me a little bit about myself. And he thinks I'm full of shit. Absolutely thinks I'm full of shit. So I was like, just give me a chance. Let me run. And I was trying to sell ads for him. So I was like, let me just run ads for you. I couldn't charge him. I had no prior proof before. So I was hoping I would just deliver good results and he would compensate me for that, and I'd be able to pay my rent again and actually be able to stay up here. So his old website was built on Wix. His marketing was terrible. So his website was built on Wix. I couldn't integrate Facebook ads with Wix, which was a huge problem. So I'm freaking out again, and I'm like, okay, so I can't integrate Facebook ads. How am I going to do my job? So I tell him, Scott, I think you need to be on Shopify. I think you need a new website, because his website was shitty anyway. So he's like, he thinks I'm trying to get money out of him. So I told him I would just do it for free. So you can see it now, actually, if you go to spoolspeed.com. I built his website in a day, one day. I just busted my ass. So I think we're at like May 23rd, 25th, somewhere around then. Rent is due June 1st or May 30th or something. So deliver this awesome site. His wife calls me, actually. His wife Bambi calls me, and she asks me what my Venmo is. They send me enough money for my rent, and I'm relieved. I just made it happen again. So that was the turning point of dropping out of college, everything I've been through, working, trying to build this business and be an actual entrepreneur and a businessman and make this happen. That was the turning point right there, because from that point, my income has literally gone up exponentially, and dropping out is literally the best decision I've ever made to this point because of these things. So now that you guys know the events that led up to me dropping out and where I'm even at right now, because I haven't made a lot of content on here and I need to make more, but you have an idea of what I had to get through to go here. I literally put my back against the fucking wall and just pointed straight ahead. If I failed, I was going to just keep going. There was no thought of failure in my head, because if I failed, in my mind, I died. Like, that was it. So I made it happen. I love the apartment. This summer hasn't been too fun. I've literally just been grinding and working. But Vitalis Media is now making pretty good money. We have some pretty good clients under our belt, and I've just systemized things and put things in place. Very good at our service delivery now. But guys, I know that some of you are going to be younger watching this. I'm not going to tell you to drop out of college, because what I do is not for everybody, right? Not everyone can handle the stress. The reason that I can handle the stress of this and still not get fazed by stuff like that is just because of my childhood. And not everybody goes through that. Like, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But if you don't have that, like, grit built into you, right, it's hard to acquire that, and you get really stressed out and depressed, and it messes with your emotions. So I wouldn't recommend dropping out to everyone, but if you have what it takes, right, to go all in and just believe in something, if you believe in something and you have what it takes to go all in, guys, I really think that college is a terrible decision. I would go my first year if you're in a bad area, because it gets you out of your home, you meet a lot of new people, you make a lot of connections. But in the long run, college is a terrible investment. For the price of like half a semester of college, or even your books, you can buy some courses online from people who have actually made money, not professors who just talk about it in theory, but from actual mentors. You can buy mentorship. There's so many better alternatives to college if that is the right fit for you. Not everyone can just drop out. So don't watch this video and just decide to drop out because you don't know what will happen, right? Not everybody is the same, and I wish I could just tell you drop out, but being honest, not everybody can handle it. But yeah, so this was a pretty deep video, and I'm going to start making more content because I want to give back, especially to kids in my position. I know YouTube was a huge source of where I learned things and got inspiration from people like E-Man and Ricky Gutierrez, and there's so many people, I can't even name them. But guys, thank you if you're here. How long did this video go? Probably like 20 minutes. But if you watch this, thank you so much. I am officially a college dropout, and I am the CEO of Vitalis Media, and life is just about to get crazy. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more content. Please hit subscribe wherever it is, up here or down there, whatever. But that helps me out. Thank you guys. Peace.